What's going on YouTube? I'm Wayne. This is Wayne's Fish World. I'm coming at you guys with my 125 gallon today, and we're going to be talking about my top 5 favorite fish in pet keeping or the hobby, however you want to consider it. We're not going to be talking about the 125 today. That's just something to look at. I'm doing a re-aquascape on it, getting my thoughts together. I told you guys I wanted to go low tech with this thing. I lied. I want to go back to high tech. Anyways, let's get back to the topic. Start with number 5, working our way up. Number 5 is already going to get a dislike, I guarantee it. Discus. Discus coming number 5 on my list. Now, I don't mean any harm when I say this, but it's the truth. Discus would be number 1 on my list if they had personality. Discus are a beautiful fish, but they are boring as hell. You get them, you raise them up, they get color, they get show size. Wow. Stuns all your guests in your house, but this is all they do right here. All day. Then you drop some food. Food. Then back to swimming. Very stationary. And then poop. That's all they do. That's all they do. Now, I understand why they do that. It's a safety mechanism in the wild. They stay clustered together in schools, and they stay close to roots and plants. That way they can avoid predators. I get that. But the fish is absolutely boring when it comes to the home aquarium, because you get this fish the size of my hand, and it just floats there and floats there. And you give it some food, and it eats the food, and it goes back, and it just sits there. And then every now and then it swims around. Now, I know every discus has its own personality, but for the most part, that's what discus do. And they would be number 1 if it wasn't for that. Number 4 on my list, moving up. I'm making a video on this later, guys, with my Oscar story. Long story short, Oscar's coming in 4th on my list. I had 2 Oscars named Tyrant and Colossal back in my middle school years. And Oscars are amazing fish. They have amazing personality. They get big. That's why I don't have them anymore, because I didn't have a job in middle school. Well, I did in 8th grade, but I had it in 6th and 7th or 7th. I don't know. Anyways, Oscars get big. Most of the time you see them about yay big, but they get big in rare cases. You shouldn't house a single fish that you can't care for properly. And that's a fact, not an opinion. But the fish they're kind of like teenagers. You get them when they're small, they're nice, like a little 5-year-old. Then they get about this big and turn into teenagers, into little hellions. And then they go through that phase and they get a little bigger and they start calming down again. Oscars can stay aggressive, or they can calm down. They're amazing parents, just like any other cichlid. They're going to get better and better each spawn. But number 4, Oscar. My favorite Oscar is a albino tiger Oscar. Beautiful fish. Number 3. Number 3 is a fish that a lot of you don't suspect. It's the Japanese koi. Koi are descendants of carp. I'm not going to give you the story of koi in this video, but I like a lot of koi. Who doesn't? If you have koi, you're not going to have one koi. You're going to have as many as you can. But as of now, I like 2 species, and it might differ tomorrow. But my top 2 as of now are the Yamabuki Ogon and the Asagi. The Yamabuki Ogon is basically a big yellow fish. You can't get better than a big yellow fish in your koi pond. It's just stunning. And then the Asagi, and my Asagi's name is Karama, and if you know where that reference is from, kudos to you. An Asagi has orange sides and a belly, and a creamy white face, and orange fins, and a blue, kind of like a checkerboard effect pattern on its back. Now, the reason I like koi so much is because, in my personal opinion, koi have the most personality compared to any other fish, period. Koi are smart, they're interactive, they're social, you can pet them, you can hold them, you can squeeze them, you can love them, and you can be weird. But, anyways, koi are an amazing fish, and you really shouldn't house one unless you can provide a space for it, at least 1,000 gallons per fish, or an extra 500 per koi. But koi are just an amazing fish to have. They can live very long lives. They're very hardy. But once again, if you cannot provide space for koi, don't get them. Number 2. Number 2 is a tie between 2 different fish. Not like the Asagi and Yamabuki, but 2 different fish species. The freshwater angelfish and the saltwater seahorse or sea dragon. Now, yes I do. If I have to pick one freshwater angelfish, it's the marbles, or the koi marbles. What I like about angelfish is just, wow, their body shape, their personality, their spawning habits, their traits. I like everything about angelfish. The only thing I don't like about angelfish is when they spawn, they can become very aggressive and kill your other fish. And that's one of the downsides with angelfish. If you're having more than one pair, I highly suggest you have at least a 4-foot long aquarium. Now, seahorses, there's a story behind that. If you want to watch this story or listen to this story, click right here. But seahorses are one of my favorite fish, and I absolutely adore them ever since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, as they say. And coming in as number 1 is the yellow Hawaiian tang. Come on now, it used to be my YouTube icon. The yellow Hawaiian tang is my favorite fish. It's absolutely stunning. It's a big yellow fish, for God's sakes. No, it gets 8 inches. Now, I'm making a video on yellow Hawaiian tangs, but why do I love them? I don't know. Watch this video. I talk about it a little. But you walk in this pet store, yay high, and you see this big yellow fish. Wow. And when you're very small, saltwater is mysterious to you. I love yellow Hawaiian tangs, and I'm going to make a video on that. Alright guys, that's my top 5 favorite fish. Leave your top 5 or top 3, top 1, 10, 25, I don't know. Leave your top favorite fish in the comments below and tell me what you think about my top 5. Comment, rate, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Later.